Ever wondered why rejection is so painful?
Get them gains, son.
People, it's Furqan, back with a bang. Now, in this video, I'm gonna talk to you guys about a book I recently heard, and it's called as Rejection Proof. Now, I initially thought that book is about, dating and, all that stuff. But once I began reading it, listening to it, then I found out that it was more than just dating. It's about this guy called as Jia Zhang. And he goes on 100 days of rejection. 100 days. I know it sounds like crazy, but this guy goes out there and does 100 rejection attempts. But as he keeps trying, and his main purpose is to get rejected, he just wants to go out and hear no's from people. But as he keeps going, his no's keep turning on to yeses, because he explains a lot of things in that book, like how the fear of rejection can impact people's life. Because when he was younger, he had a dream of taking over Microsoft by the age of 25, but his uncle or someone told him that he can't do it, and so he had this fear, this fear of rejection, and that carried on with him towards his dead-end job, the 9 to 5 stuff. And he always had this fear of being rejected. He would always try to fit amongst people, but one day he got fed up of it, and his wife supported him to start his own business, which was his lifelong dream. But he started it, and the first investor said no. So he felt really heartbroken after 3 months, and his wife had given him 6 months to prove himself wrong to the world. But after he failed in the first 4 months, he lost hope. But then his wife told him, I gave you 6 months and not fucking 4 months. So then he continued persisting, and he opened his own blog called as Rejection Therapy. If you want to check out his channel, click the link down in the description. And one of the most famous viral videos is he goes to a donut shop and asks to make Olympic donuts for him. The donuts in the shape of Olympic rings, interconnected with different colors. He tells that, and that video just went viral. But he tells that he didn't do this for the fame, but he wanted to help people overcome their fear of rejections, because people rank rejection as the number one thing. And he even goes into the evolutionary perspectives of it, telling that back when we were hunting for a living, if people were separated, if they were rejecting each other, then they would get killed by the lions. But we have come in a much more modern world, but this thought has still been impregnated in our minds. And he even tells us that rejection is similar to physical pain, because all the scientific stuff he talks about. Whenever most people get rejected, they think that it's their fault and they are not good enough. But he explains it in his book by giving various examples that rejection is just an opinion, and it depends heavily on the person who's rejecting you, because it depends on his ethnicity, background, culture, education, skills. He gives many examples to prove this, so that you don't take it personally. And he even goes on the streets to ask for donations, to test out his limits on how far he can go to experience rejection. He initially does this to desensitize himself, like martial artists when they punch their knuckles on the wall. It hurts, but you keep punching it, and up to a point that they no longer hurt and they're desensitive to it. Nothing that happens to the fist no longer hurts them. That's what he tried to do with his rejections. He wanted to be rejected so much that he no longer felt anything after being rejected. He would not care after getting a no. So he wanted to get the rejection desensitization, and that's why he did it in the first place. But he does a lot of cool things too. He goes in a guy's backyard and asks him to take a picture of him playing football there. He asks a pilot that can he fly a plane despite not having a license or any training or neither the courage to do it. But he asks it and he thinks he's gonna be rejected for sure, and he gets to fly a plane. If you want to know how it happened, check out his book. It's an audio book. Just check it out. Click the link in the description. And book really talks about a really lot of other things too. You know, I can't explain all those things in a single video, but that's a great read for everyone, because I have never thought of rejection in that perspective. You know, he talks about how to use it as motivation, how to use it for self-improvement. He talks a lot of things, but he explains where rejection is not always a bad thing, and he thanks those rejections to help him to overcome his fears and accomplish what he wants to accomplish. So people, give me a shout out when you see me on the streets, and until next time, peace out.